Hi guys, it's me again, Rose from the Philippines, coming to you with another setup tutorial on how to work on the features for the 9th installment on our character per series, which is this dog inspired one. So for this project, you're gonna need to make the base part first in any color of your choice, and I will have a link to that tutorial on the description box below. So you need to make that first in order to do this. And the materials that we're gonna need are as follows: some acrylic worsted weight yarn. Here in the Philippines, I often use the Love Nuts yarn. So you need the one with the same color as the base, some gray one, white one, a black mercerized cotton thread for the embroidered snout and mouth. You're also gonna need some 2 black buttons for the pupil of the eyes, some sewing thread, black one, to sewing the eyes, and some yarn needles with a big eye and an ordinary one that is thinner. A hook that is about 4 millimeters, but I usually use this 2.75 mm one, a pair of scissors to cut the string, and you need to know the basic stitches of crochet in order to work on this project. Okay, to start with our project, pick up your white yarn, and we're going to work on the eyes first, which has 4 rounds to it. So usually you start with a slip knot, but what I usually do is I wrap around my hook around the yarn like this, and then I'm gonna chain 2. So we're going to work on the round. So on the second chain from the right, put 6 single crochets. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then you're gonna slip stitch to the first single crochet and then chain 1. For the second round, we're going to increase, so we're gonna put 2 single crochets to each of the 6 stitches. You can also catch the ends as you go. So you have 1 and 2 on the first space, 2 single crochets on the second one, 2 single crochets on the third space, 2 single crochets on the fourth, 2 single crochets on the fifth one, and then 2 single crochets on the sixth space. And then we're going to close the second round by slip stitching to the first single crochet and then chain 1. And then to start the third round, we're going to put 1 single crochet on the first space and then 2 single crochets on the next. So that will be our increase, and we're just gonna repeat that by putting 1 single crochet on the first space and then 2 single crochets on the next one. Working on it around, we're gonna put 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochet on the next space, 1 single crochet and then 2 single crochets on the next, and just work on it around up until you reach the first single crochet. So for the last space, put 2 single crochets, and then we're gonna close it by slip stitching to the first one and then chain 1. So for the fourth round, we're just going to single crochet around without any increase. So that is single crocheting around without any increase, and then afterwards, when you reach the other end, you're just going to slip stitch. And this is going to be the first eye for the dog. And what you need to do next is just to make another eye piece or round piece, just like this one, so that they will have a pair of eyes for the dog. And then the next thing that we're gonna work on is the snout part. Okay, so now that I have reached the last space there, we're just gonna slip stitch to the first single crochet, and we're gonna leave a long end for sewing, and then we're just going to fasten off. And just like what I said, you're just gonna make another one piece just like this. Okay, okay guys, so the next separate piece that we're gonna work on next is the snout part for the dog. So pick up your gray yarn, and then we're going to chain 4. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then we're gonna half double crochet the third chain from the right, half double crochet here, and for the last chain we're gonna put 5 half double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And this snout part has 4 rounds to it, so we're on the first round now. So for the last space there, we're gonna put 3 half double crochets. You can also catch the ends as you go. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So that is the oval shape of the snout part. And then we're gonna slip stitch to the first half double crochet, and for the second round we're gonna increase. So we're gonna chain 1, and then we're gonna put 2 half double crochets for each of the 9 stitches around. So for the first one we're gonna put 2 half double crochets, for the second put 2 half double crochets also, for the third one put 2 half double crochets, put 2 half double crochets to the next stitches for each of the space around, up until we reach the other end. So just put two half double crochets for each of the space. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 increases there, and then slip stitch to the first half double crochet, and then chain 1. Okay. Okay, so now for the third round of the snout part, since we have chained 1 there, we're going to work another increase. So for the first one, we're gonna put 1 half double crochet. For the second space, we're gonna put 2 half double crochets, and just alternate between that around. So that is 1 half double crochet for the first one, and then 2 half double crochets on the next. And you may have noticed that you are putting the 2 half double crochets in between the half double crochets that you put on the second round. So put 1 half double crochet on the next one, and then 2 half double crochets on the next, and work on it around up until you reach the other side, putting 1 half double crochet, and then on the next space 2 half double crochets. So it will have that oval shape. Okay. Just work on it around, putting 1 half double crochet and then 2 half double crochets on the next one. Okay. So we're on the last 2 spaces now, so put 1 half double crochet, and then on the last one put 2 half double crochets, and then slip stitch to the first half double crochet. And for the last round, which is the 4th one, we're gonna chain 1, and we're just going to put single crochets all around without any increase. So that is single crocheting around without any increase. Okay, and then those are the separate pieces that we're gonna make. So after this, we're gonna embroider the snout part using some mercerized cotton thread, and then afterwards work on the ear part, which as you can see has an inner part, an inner collar, and a border line around it. So just single crochet around this gray piece or snout piece here, and you can also use other colors for the snout part if you so choose. And you can also use a different color for the base. Usually the color of a dog is white, black, or brown, but it is really up to you. So now that we have reached the other side, you're gonna slip stitch to the first single crochet, and then we're gonna leave a long end for sewing, cut the string, and fasten off, and then set aside. So the next thing we're gonna do is to embroider the snout part. Okay guys, so now we're ready to embroider the nose of the dog, along with the mouth. So pick up your mercerized cotton thread and your needle that is a little bit thinner. Insert your thread there, double up your thread, and then cut it. Make sure that it is long enough because we're gonna embroider the nose. So just not the end part, and then we're gonna work on it, working on this first. So knot your thread inside, and then we're gonna start embroidering it. We're gonna work on the horizontal part first, just like so. I'm not really good with embroidering, so please bear with me. We're just gonna fill a triangular shape with this thread. It's really up to you what shape you want to make, but usually the dog's nose is like this. So after making that triangular shape, we're just going to fill it with a black thread. What I made became smaller than my sample, but it is okay. And I would advise that you make the thread longer, because as you can see, it has become short now. So after making that nose part, we can now make the mouth. So make a vertical line just like this, and then put the smile part. Just like so, making it as straight as you can. And afterwards, after making that, you can knot inside your thread. Okay, I don't have any more thread, so I'm just gonna hide it inside, making sure it's not visible on the other side. Okay, and then cut it. It should be up to you what shape you want. So that is how I embroidered the nose and the mouth part. Okay, Hi guys, so now we're ready to sew the separate pieces to our base part. Our base has two cheeks to it. One has a stitch running along the edge. We're not gonna use that. We're gonna use this smooth part here. So first we're gonna position the snout part. You can align it to the lines on the base part here as some type of margin. So we're gonna place it first, make sure that it is in this position, and we can also pin it so it wouldn't move as you are sewing it. So you need to check it if that is the place that you really want to put it, and maybe try out putting the eyes, making sure that it is in the right position. So we can also move it if the eyes has no space to it. Okay. So that's okay. So now we are ready to sew our snout part. So insert the ends on your yarn needle that has the big eye, and then just start sewing by catching some of the stitches from the base part and the back loop of the snout part. So just work on it around, making it as neat as you can. It's sometimes good to tug on your ends so that the stitches will be tighter. So just work on it around, and I'm gonna catch up with you right before I close it, okay?